Module 2, we're going to talk about what is pleasure. What are the different types of pleasure? What do we mean when we say sexual pleasure? What are the parts of your body, the erogenous zones that can give you pleasure? And we're going to do an activity called pleasure mapping. A question that comes a lot with what is sex is also what is pleasure. This is a really hard concept to define in the context of just sex. So I'm going to start with just saying what is pleasure. Pleasure is a feeling of enjoyment. It's this feeling of wanting to do something. If you like it, if you do something, you try it, you like it, and you want to do it again, potentially you are experiencing pleasure, right? And so when I say pleasure, I'm not just referring to sexual pleasure, but I'm also referring to pleasure that you may experience when you eat something nice, or the pleasure of hanging out with someone you really enjoy hanging out with. Or it could be watching a nice movie, it could be reading a good book, it could be traveling. And so pleasure can mean many different things for different people. And in the context of sexual pleasure, it becomes an experience that is often the reason why people have sex. Because it's fun, because people enjoy it. And as we think through sex, as we think about how our bodies work, as we think about how we exist in relationships with other people, we want to always remember that pleasure is the reason why a lot of this is stuff that people do. Because when we forget pleasure, when we forget to center pleasure as part of those conversations, we might end up ignoring some of the things like pain, some of the things like discomfort, which could be warning signs that you might need to pause and either slow down or reevaluate what you're doing in that situation. And as we think about sexual pleasure, we want to also think about how one experiences pleasure in the body. Now, there's a lot of conversation, and we will have a lot of conversation as we go through this, thinking about how our genitals are part of that conversation. So whether that is your penis, your vulva, whatever parts you might have, we also experience pleasure in other parts of our body. So people experience pleasure in, let's say, their chest, their breasts, their nipples, which feel relatively more obvious, but I think there's also parts of the body which are less obvious, like your armpits. So there are parts of your body that have lots of nerve endings and which makes them more sensitive to touch, like the soles of your feet. Some people really love a foot massage because they are more sensitive in that area, or some people love to be kissed or touched on their neck because that is a sensitive zone for them. And as you think through what parts of your body are sensitive, I would encourage you to do another activity with me. So let's grab a pencil and paper, and the way we can do it right now is you can draw an outline of whatever you think your body might look like, or if you're doing this later, you can try putting out a roll of paper, lying down and having a partner outline your body just to take it up a notch. But the idea behind this activity is that as you explore various parts of your body, you explore how touch feels on every different part. Now, when I say touch, I mean literally like touch, but I also mean varying pressure, varying temperature, varying what you're being touched with. Maybe you want to be touched with something soft, maybe you want to be touched with something hard, maybe you want to be touched with something wet or dry, maybe you want lubricant, maybe you want oil, depending on what part of your body that is, as you map various parts of the body. So the way you can do this is you can try touching, let's say I'm going to demonstrate my ear, you can touch your ear, you can see how that feels. Do you like that? Do you enjoy that? Is that something you want to keep doing? Write down how you feel about it in your outline near your ear. And as you do this alone, it's a great way to get to know your body and feel present in various parts of your body, because a lot of times when we're just thinking about our genitals, we forget everything else that's going on in our bodies. And when you do it with a partner, it can teach you unexpected things about what they are into, and it can help you communicate with them what you want from them as well. Make it a fun game, do this for homework, but also go ahead and do this right now.